So, just another quick video. First of all, anyone who hears this, I hope you're doing well. Hope that God is keeping you and covering you. And I mean that because it's getting crazy out here. So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to express something that was on my mind. And it, if you could relate, then that's great. If not, then just pray for me. So, I've always felt like God has made me to be like the strong one or a strong one. He's put people in my life, whether they're family members or whether they're strangers or whether they're just people that I guess, associate with from time to time. He's made me seemingly stronger than them. I've always been like a counselor to most people. I don't really know what it feels like to have a friend. Like, I know what it feels like to have a good time with someone, a nice time with someone. But friend, I don't really know about that. I think I have a couple close contenders, but the way that quote unquote world describes a friendship, I don't think I've ever had that. I don't know, whatever. The point of this video is this. Sometimes it can get very lonely when you're like the main one helping everyone, and God has given you like keen discernment and has given you the type of mind to be able to understand what's going on in a deep way, and the know-how to deal with certain situations. And I'm talking about like just deep stuff, like people's trauma, hardship, people's tribulation. It's pretty crazy out here. So anyway, the point is, it could get very lonely because you pretty much know, if not all the answers, most of the answers. Not only do you know most of the answers, but you also know how to ration out or distribute the help. I just want to encourage anybody who can relate to just, keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done, but just keep the faith. Sometimes if you're somebody like me, you'll help the people and they'll take the help because it feels good to them. It's nice to have somebody in their corner. But then they go and they live their lives and they do whatever they do, and sometimes they neglect you. If not most times, they neglect you. That could be hurtful because it's like, hey, you were really down and out and you needed someone and I was there. And I'm not necessarily down and out, but it would be nice if you were there. When you're in the position of a therapist, quote unquote, a counselor, quote unquote, a servant unto men, right? You don't really have the luxury of being like the people that you're helping. Does that make sense? When you are the go-to person, you're not really afforded the opportunity to go to people. You kind of have to always be the strong one. It's a little dismissive and annoying for them to come back to you. I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that kind of wants to be like, no, I helped you already. And you went away and you don't care about what's going on with me. So no, go help yourself. But I liken it to someone like Moses. I am not saying that I am on the same level as Moses. I am simply saying I can find some sort of solace in his story, because I don't know, there's a part of me that doesn't even really want to make this recording, because when you're the helper, when you're the main helper, when you're the go-to person, when you're the counselor, you already are in a box that many people won't understand you. So now to put this video out, I already know it's not going to be many people that are going to understand me, but I also know that there's going to be someone who does. So I'll try to focus more on that. I don't know. There's a lot of pluses to this. You know, it feels good to be so wise. It feels good to have such discernment. It feels good to not allow life's tribulations to take you as low as it takes others. Not that it doesn't take us low, us counselors, right? It takes us low, but it does feel good to not have the same mental catastrophes, the same physical catastrophes that some of them have, you know, the ones that we help. So there's cons and there's pros, right? To everything. Um, but in contributing to one of those pros, I would just like to make this little short recording to help anybody who also feels the way that I feel and is going through what I'm going through. When you're like the go-to person. Now, this is not dedicated to the people who are the go-to person but are prideful, who puff themselves up, right? Because you do have people out there who are the go-to person or the go-to people, and they feel because they are the go-to people, they are this amazing enigma, and they are just so much sought after and amazing and whatever. This is dedicated to myself and to anybody else who understands that not only does it hurt that you're mostly alone sometimes, but it also hurts that you have to continuously strip from yourself to not become prideful. Because with everybody coming to you, there is a chance that you could become prideful or feel that you're better than you are. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for everybody, right? It's a lot of work for the ones who are seeking counselors, and it's a lot of work for the ones who are counselors. So it is what it is. But in the midst of what it is, I am just merely trying to contribute to one of the pros of being a counselor, and that is being able to recognize what's actually happening and also helping another counselor, another go-to person, another lonely person. Because this, everybody gets lonely, I guess, sometimes. But there's something about being the go-to person, that loneliness